What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a long while since my last upload, but today we're finally back. We have a very special video for today. I was going to do this much sooner, but life happens and couldn't exactly do it when I wanted to. But today we got Daredevil. Not just any Daredevil, but the Mafex Daredevil. This is a very exciting piece for me to finally have. I've had this for a little while sitting in storage. I ordered it, but haven't gotten to review it. So I wanted to save it for when Born Again finally finished up, but that's already been about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So here we're going to be doing it today. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, let's get into this. Get this bad boy opened up. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the packaging. You got the comic style Daredevil picture right there with the corner right there. You got that iconic cel-shaded Daredevil picture. Little picture on the side with the pose and the Billy Club's stamp of approval, authentic. Right here you can get some really good idea of some poses you can pull off with some accessories that it comes with, like so. There's my famous catchphrase. And right there on the side you got another pose as he's running with the Billy Club grapple launcher. I have heard that you have to be very careful when posing with that Billy Club rope, because if you pull it the wrong way, it will break off. So, without further ado, let's end this yap session and get this bad boy open. Alright, so here he is out of the packaging. Very good set of accessories we got going on. You know, Mafex always delivers. Let's see. We'll start off with accessories. We got this right here. This looks like the Billy Club holster. There's 2 of these. They go right there on this side of his pouch. Right there, and you can swap those out, but you have to be very careful. Here you got some karate hands and fist hands. Then you got grinning face right here, and he falls over. Okay, let's keep going. All right, we got a little grinning face right here, and you got screaming face right here. Got some grabbing hands, more posing hands, and then kind of a soft grasp hands right there. Here you got one of the ropes that he uses from his Billy Club, and here's the other one with both clubs, and this is the grapple with a little hook right there. Here you got the Billy Clubs themselves that you can pose with. Got the little rope on the end, and this one doesn't. Would have preferred if there was 2 of these instead, but let's see. Now that covers everything. Now we can look closer at the figure. But before we do that, one last thing. If you take a look, we'll set him down. Here we have this little comic book panel right there on the inside. I know I'm yapping about the box too much, but I just want to show you this neat little detail that Mafex always does with their boxes, especially the comic book ones, where they have these little comic book panels. You can always pause and read these. I'm not going to read them because I want to get into this, but I thought I would show you that because it's very neat. So here we got the figure itself. I've waited a very long time to get this. I've seen a lot of hype around it. Very excited. I mean, I'll be honest, my first introduction to Daredevil was from the Netflix show. And from that point forward, I found to love the character. I did watch the Ben Affleck movie when I was younger, but never did understand the character as much. But this figure was a must-have when I first saw it, because the Netflix figures are not readily available, and Marvel Legends of Daredevil are either exclusive, very expensive, or very scarce. So, alright, let's start with some articulation. He's got bend up his arms like that. His arms can about go up that far. Nice leg bend like that. Knee crunch for some poses. Do like that. Knee up. Kind of do like flying, definitely do some flying poses like that. Or you do jump off a building. Or do some kind of like a Spider-Man pose like that. Sorry for all the shadows. I'm trying my best here. Alright, now figure's got some very good articulation going on. Also forgot to mention the ankle pivot, toe articulation, nice bend. So let's get a look. Paint application. You might not be able to tell from this angle, but there's more of a deep red than there is a, move that out of the way. There's more of a deep red than there is a bright red. You might think it'd be like a 100% bright red, but there's, from the way mine came, it was a deeper red. So, and then you got the iconic Daredevil logo right there, double D's. You can maybe tell a little bit more on the back. Too much glare. Right there, you can tell the darker shades, but I can't say enough good things about this. I mean, like I said, I'm very hyped to have gotten it, let alone from a non-eBay capacity, paying a lot for it. I got it from Big Bad when it, oh, there goes the hand. I got it from Big Bad Toy Store for when it dropped. I managed to get it before them, they all sold out. They're currently sold out now, and including the tariff prices as well. We won't talk about that. But if anyone's really considering purchasing this, I mean, beyond if you're a Daredevil fan, Mafex collector, Marvel collector, this is the gem of gems right here. I mean, what more can you say about a comic accurate Daredevil figure? I mean, it's everything you could want. I mean, unless you're more of a fan of the Netflix show with Charlie Cox and everything. I mean, unless you want to wait for that Marvel Legends to come out in November and December, and possible delays probably, you know, this is what you're going to get, and it's very bang for your buck. I mean, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, possibly, depending on your budget. I paid roughly $100 before tariffs hit, around that area, 105, 100, something like that. But if you're really looking for a good Daredevil figure, this is right here the best that you can get. Soon enough, after we do all this, we'll get into some posing, but before we wrap up, I want to mention, oh, I'll leave him right there. I want to mention the stand that Mafex has always come with. don't traditionally use those all the time. But let's see. But yeah, if you really want a good Daredevil figure, this is it right here. I mean, I've heard many disclaimers with quality control issues with this part specifically, or this piece breaking off if you're not careful. Like, they'll say that this right here will break off from the wire due to you pulling it too hard trying to pose it. But this figure also really reminds me of the Hush Nightwing that I also have as well. And I did want to do a quick size comparison, if this will stand up. Okay, he's gonna fall over. So, we'll have a returning guest to the show, to the channel. Here we have Shredder. He's clearly taller than Daredevil because Mafexes are 6-inch and the NECA figures are 7 inches tall. But you could still very much have a display or photography session with these two. Or if you wanted to do Mafex with Mafex figures, you can have another returning guest of this Bane figure from Nightfall. He's taller than the both of them, matter of fact. But this figure is very, very beefy. I didn't review this figure, unfortunately. I didn't get to because I bought it a long time ago. And I wanted to open it right then and there. I didn't have this idea for a channel. So, here he is there. But if we want a real returning guest, move him out of the way. And how about Mr. Bison? Like that. Good comparison right there. He's about the same height as Daredevil, but he still works just as good. For anything you want to do display wise, I do have a very... Alright, I'll hold that off for a second. But, so, that about wraps it up with Mr. Daredevil right here. Our blinded lawyer, Matthew Murdock, Slayer of the Kingpin, Dodger of the Bullseye, and now officially reviewed on this channel. So, let's finish up by saying big thank you to my very first few subscribers. I appreciate the support. I'm a small channel, but even if I never grow, I still appreciate you very much. And for any likes, comments, anything, criticisms, you know, I greatly appreciate you all. Want to hopefully grow soon. I got plenty of stuff to review. I'm just coming back from a small hiatus, but you know, we always come back stronger. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna worry about the edits or anything. If lose train of thought or figure falls over, you know, I'm just rambling at this point. Alright, so I appreciate you all. Stay tuned for the next reviews. We're gonna come back bigger, better, stronger, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this has been me. You've been you. You've been helping me out. This is Daredevil right here. He's helping me out big time, bringing in the views. And until next time, stay safe out there. Peace out. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for watching.